Hi, I'm Tom. This is Lucy, and this is Kitty Help Desk. So today I just wanted to talk about micromanaging cats. We as humans, we really tend to want to use control as a method for fixing problems, especially with other living beings. We seem to want to default to that. And that can be a real problem when we're talking about cats, because cats really, one of the main things that gives them feelings of security is their agency, their autonomy in their lives. They really want to feel like they have a lot of choices every day. Those choices make them feel like they have that agency that they need in order to survive in the wild. And so giving them agency is not as difficult as it might seem. I mean, we're not going to let them run out in traffic or anything like that, but we can absolutely give them more choices within our homes. And the problem that comes in is when there are problem behaviors, we humans often try to micromanage those behaviors away. And we do that by restricting cats' access to different parts of our home. We do that by controlling what they do and trying to get involved when they have conflicts and really move them around and just basically try to exert control over them. And that is just not a recipe for success with cats. It really is not, not a great recipe for success with anyone, but very much so not a recipe for success with cats. And so as you deal with your cats, it's very important that you sort of hide your efforts to control what they do. You want to do that in a way that they don't really notice that you're involved at all, and then they feel that they've made their own choices along the way, and that can help them to feel better about the whole thing. And in many cases, when you can get them to make their own choice about a matter, they will stick with that choice long term because they feel like, hey, this is what I chose to do, and so why not stick with it? This was my choice. If you feel like a choice is imposed upon you, very often your natural inclination is to resist it. And the same thing happens with them. They really don't like being forced to do things. There's a lot of talk about crating dogs and that sort of thing. I don't want to get into that because that's not my specialty, but I do want to mention, occasionally people even think that's a good idea to do that with their cats. Please don't crate your cats. It is not going to make them very happy. You really want to give them as much freedom as you possibly can. And those choices I was talking about earlier, those are ways that you can enlarge the scope of their autonomy beyond the walls that they live in. Say if you have indoor-only cats, they might feel restricted by that. If you have, say, a new cat and you end up having to restrict them to an area of your home while you're doing introductions, that can be a little stressful too. And so when you're doing those things, you want to offer more choices in other aspects of their lives to sort of help compensate for those feelings of being restricted. In most cases, though, in homes where you don't have behavior issues to contend with, you really don't want to restrict your cats at all. I occasionally have clients who want to keep their cats out of their bedroom. I understand that. Cats can tend to be a little bit pushy, let's say, early morning because their instincts are pushing them. See, cats are most active at dawn and dusk out in the world. And so at dawn and at dusk, your cats are going to have an instinctual drive that is just pushing and pushing and pushing them to get out there, get out there, get out there, find prey, do it right now. And if you don't have prey running around in your home, which I hope you don't, then they're coming to you to try to get food from you. It's very important to understand that your cats don't understand that you're providing for them. They are not capable of fully understanding that concept. They think that they get food from you because they come to you and they get it from you. Okay? So early morning at dawn, when their instincts are on fire, telling them if they don't get out there and seek prey, they're going to die, it's a pretty strong motivator for them to try to find food. And really, if there's no prey in your home, they're going to come to you. Now, you can alleviate that problem by providing them with other choices and with giving them a clear runway up to bedtime, and also ignoring the behavior when it occurs is very helpful. But the point of the subject really is that restricting the cats from your bedroom is not the best solution. It may be a great short-term solution, but what you may soon find is that the cats are scratching at the door or meowing outside the door, and maybe doing it even more often than they would if the door were wide open, because now there's this door. There's a wall here, and I don't understand it. Cats really have a difficult time understanding doors. So when you close that door off to an area that they've had time to explore at other times a day, now at night all of a sudden this door is here. There's like a wall that wasn't there before. Very confusing to them. And they want it removed. And they're going to let you know about that. So if you can just provide them with access to that room full time, and then manage their behaviors when they're in there, I think you'll have a better outcome, because in the long run, they'll have less stress, and there's, less likelihood of other behavioral issues cropping up. Cats really see the bed as the center of the household. So they really want to be there. They often see being under the bed as a safe zone. There's all kinds of positives associated with having them access your bed. However, if you do decide this is the only way you can get a good night's sleep is to keep them out of your bedroom, then you really should keep them out of your bedroom 24/7. You should never allow them in there, just so that they can come to accept that that is just the way it is. And there's not this constant, I'm allowed in there, then I'm not, and then I am, and then I'm not. That just really drives cats insane. The same thing happens with vocalizations. When people complain that their cats vocalize too much at night, but then during the day, every time the cat vocalizes, their owner is going, "Oh, that's so cute." You can't have it both ways. You can't reinforce the behavior at noon and then get mad about it at midnight. You have to choose one or the other, and that will keep the cat in a world that's predictable. Once they know this is what it is, they may not like the permanent restriction, but if that's what they come to accept, then they can live with it. They can adapt to it. But if you're constantly changing what you expect of them and changing what they're allowed to do or not allowed to do according to the time of day, it can be very confusing for them. My overall recommendation is that you not restrict them any more than you have to maintain their safety. And then you manage their behaviors in other ways when they indulge in behaviors that may be unwanted. But that's a different topic. What I'm talking about is just making sure that they have that agency and that autonomy that they so crave. And I think you're going to have happier cats if you can provide that. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.